No, the key emphasis is not, do you call yourself a Christian? But the emphasis was, are you living out the Christian life? Again, the emphasis was not, do you call yourself a Christian? The emphasis is, are you really living out the Christ life? Are you living like Jesus? You know, from the inception, the beginning of the church, the emphasis was not on our label. It wasn't, I'm pastor, I'm a lay minister, I'm a worship leader, I'm a Bible study teacher, you know, or any of these things. I'm an elder. The emphasis was not on labels. The emphasis was on following Jesus Christ. Being a Christian, right, but actually following Jesus and living out our faith. In other words, the way is not a destination. The way is a lifestyle. So again, the way, this journey that we have with Jesus is not a destination. The way is not just us getting into heaven. The way is a lifestyle. It's a conduct in a way that Christ wants us to live. James, actually in the Greek, actually Jacob, this is Jesus' brother. When he writes in the book of James, James 2:26, he says this. For it says, just as the body without the spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. He's saying this is something, if you can have all this faith, but there's not a life to back this up, and he has got power to say it because he's Jesus' brother, he says then that is dead, it's useless to us. Obviously, he wasn't talking about a salvation issue of faith. It wasn't saving faith, but it was faith in the way that we live our lives. In James 2:18, he continues that thought. He says, but someone may well say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without the works, and I will show you my faith by my works. It came hand in hand. See, in James's economy, believing, right, also required works. You believe God, good works follow that. And we see Jesus says that. He says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who's in heaven. Works don't save you. So this is not about salvation, but true faith. If you really have faith, works will come right alongside of that. It goes right through that. Our beliefs and our conduct go together. I'm really into sports. And so I don't know if you're going to catch what I'm about to say in a moment. But years ago, there was this event. There was this man in the United States. He's half Thai. His mother is Thai, and his father is African American. His name is Tiger Woods. And Tiger Woods was, probably still is, the best golfer ever. And he had a really bad situation that everyone looked at him and they thought he was the nicest guy. He was pure, very likable. But he was married to this woman, but he was having affairs everywhere. And it came out, so she basically got her golf clubs and tried to hit him with it and ended up hitting his car. And I'm just usually there's worldwide news that happened here. And people were so upset at Tiger Woods. There was another situation with another person. He's another American, and he won the Tour de France, which is the most grueling bike race, Lance Armstrong. And he came out and he did an interview on TV, and he basically for 10 years of his life he lied. And he basically told people he overcame cancer. He won all these incredible races, and all these things happened. But the sad thing is, people got so mad at him for 10 years, he lied because he was taking drugs in order for him to succeed in sports all through this time. And so, you think, why were so many people mad at Tiger Woods? Why were so many people mad at Lance Armstrong? Why were people so many mad at these kind of people? You know why? It's because they said one thing and they lived a totally different life. That's why people were mad. And that's why people get mad at pastors. And I understand that. And rightfully so. If we are saying one thing, in other words, live this kind of life, live the way that we're asking to live, the way the Bible is, and then they live a totally different life, yeah, that's really sad. But it happens all the time. Saying one thing, but living a totally different way. Many years ago, I was able to meet a very, very famous Christian writer. He was a Christian thinker. His grandfather, his great-grandfather, was actually a missionary in China. So he was born in China. But very well known, tons of books. His name is Os Guinness. And I'm sure you don't do this, but if you really like beer, it's the Guinness beer family. They actually, this is old history, this Irish family. And so Os is a great thinker, a Christian writer, and he was in Hong Kong, and so I was able to talk to him a little bit. And so, when I talk to leaders, I try to ask them a bunch of questions. And one day, I was finally with him alone, and so I asked him, I said, Os, what do you think is the greatest challenge for Christianity today? I mean, I really respect his guy. I've read tons of his books over the years. And I said, what do you think is the greatest challenge to Christianity today? And I thought he would say something like Islam, or he'd say something, like liberal Christianity, or, LGBTQ and all these things, and those things. And he said, I mean, without even blinking, he says the greatest challenge today is the compartmentalization of faith. And I was like, whoa. What he's saying is the biggest challenge today is we have Christians that are Christians on Sunday, but on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's something totally different. And they compartmentalize their life. In other words, this is my Christian life, this is my work life, this is my financial life, this is my family life, this is my relationships. And God is only involved in my spiritual life. In other words, the area of faith, God is the center, but who do I marry? Who do I date? How do I spend my money? What do I do with my free time? All these things, God is not a partaker of these aspects. Spiritual life, Sunday, I come to church on Sunday, I dress nice when I come, I sing the songs, I raise my hands, sometimes I'll even bow the knee, I'll give my offering, I'll stand when I need to stand, I'll sit when I need to sit, I'll be nice to people, hey, hello, I'll be nice to everybody, but as soon as I leave church, then it's my life. It's what I want to do. Don't tell me who to date, don't tell me who to marry, don't tell me what to do with my money. God, you're omitted from all this stuff. It's just spiritual life and everything else, the compartmentalization of our faith. And I want to, when he said that, there was something in me that I just said, you're right. You're right. Because let me clue you in on something. Our faith, Christianity, this faith that Jesus Christ, and He went to the cross and He died for us on the cross. When you make it about this part of my life and this life, and in other words, if Jesus is only a part of your life, Christianity will never work for you. It'll never work. Yeah. It was never meant to work like that. That's not what it's about. If Jesus is just a part, like here's my spiritual life, here's my social life, here's my financial life, here's my family life, and the way that you live your life and the way that God is governing your life, it's basically looks like that. Christianity will never work for you because it was never meant to work like that. See, God doesn't just want to be a part of your life. God is life. And the only way that we have life is that it comes from God. We can't just make Him one part. That's when we get so frustrated in our faith. That's when we get so down and we feel so defeated because our mindset going into it starts off in the wrong place. He can't be just one part of your life. You cannot invite Him into your heart, and get saved and not invite Him into your finances, and not invite Him into your relationships, and not invite Him to your workplaces. And I can go on and on and on and on like this. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? Christianity was never meant to work like that. The only way, and the way that God says this works, is that if He is your life, and then everything flows from that space. But, I mean, that's tough. It's tough. Because it means that we have to give God our whole life. That's all this, I came to this realization. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Then God, I have to give you my whole life. And God said, yeah. That's how it works. And I started wrestling with my fears. Because you know what I really fear deep down? This thought I had about God, I didn't believe that God would take care of me. In other words, I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my finances. I have to take care of my relationship. I have to be in charge of all these things. Because deep down, there was this insecurity, but it was this lack of trust in God. God, I can't trust you to watch over me in my relationships. I can't trust you to watch over me in my finances. I can't trust you to watch over me in my family. I gotta take care of my family. God, I don't really trust you that you're gonna take care of me in my family. And so I had to deal with my own trust issues, in the part of all of these things. Many years ago, I go through the Bible. We have morning prayer at our church here in Hong Kong. And so 4 days a week, Monday through Friday.